Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
We're going to have a little bit of fun today for once.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Magazine's leaving. No, we're going to talk a little bit about AI. And Mr. Magazine sent me an email. What should I pay? 500 sports mags from 46 to 80, 60s and 70s, higher grade, CGC gradable books. If the 40s and 50s, keys, Ruth Mantle, etc., high grade, what do I offer? So I decided not to answer him. I used Gmail, and down at the bottom of Gmail, now for you to appreciate this, back in the day, we're talking 10 years ago, Gmail would have a thing there where it offered 3 dumb little answers. Sounds great. Yeah. I'll look into it.
I think I still get that.
Awesome. And you would sit there and you would send a long email to Mr. Magazine asking lots of questions, and you'd get back, sounds great. So you knew that all he did was push the button at the bottom rather than reading it. So I decided Mr. Magazine loves his own medicine. So now what there is on Gmail, right down at the bottom, there is an area that you can use AI in your emails. So I pushed a button and had AI. And AI offered Mr. Magazine the following advice. Hey, Charles, which should have been his first clue, because I have never called you Charles in my entire life.
Yeah, I knew what was going on right from the bat.
Yeah, okay.
No,
okay.
I really did. Go ahead.
That's a tough one without seeing them. But if you're talking about high-grade CGC, gradable 40s, 50s issues with Ruth Mantle, I would really repeat the entire thing.
Yeah, so you're highlighting it.
You could be looking at significant value. For 500 magazines, especially with those key high-grade pieces, I'd considering offering a base price that accounts for the bulk, then factor in a premium for the potential of those top-tier books. Maybe start by assessing what similar individual high-grade issues have sold for and work backward, building in a buffer for the lower-grade items. It's a big gamble without seeing them in person, but if the high-grade claims hold up, it could be a steal. Hope that helps. Best, David. Which I've never in my life signed David at the bottom of an email either.
David and Charles.
So what was your opinion?
Well, that's actually how I was viewing it. I would have to see them, and I'm one of the few people that would pay more on those because I feel like if I could get them graded, that's where the money's at. They're very common, and I've had Ruth and Mantles before, and VG shape they could be $50 to $100 if you're lucky. Obviously graded ones on there, people are asking crazy money, and they're not selling. It's not a popular title because it's just so common. But I'm definitely interested. The guy's gonna research, and he's gonna get back to me. I just hope he's not researching graded stuff, and I don't know why that happened, but it'll happen again. But we'll keep you guys posted as far as that goes. But Papergoy, he's different than I am, so he would probably make a lower offer, not factoring in the condition and grading, and where I would. So I would probably, might pay twice as much as you would.
Probably.
But the problem is, I think the guy may want 5 or 10 times. If you're researching it, you think it was something good. It was his dad's when he was younger. His dad kept them bagged in these slip cases and stuff. So I think that's I think he might have read them once, put them away, and that was it. Right. So it is nice. They're the nicest ones I've seen, but I still have to see the old. I told my guy I have to see the older ones to see the condition, because sometimes you get 70s and 80s are great shape, and then you get 40s, 50s, and 60s. You're like, well, these are older. They were moved from this house to that house. Right. So we're still in the early stages, but I'm going to try and get them if I can.
So your thoughts are AI actually gave decent advice, although it did so in a clumsy way.
Right,
it talked in a way that nobody would talk.
Right, yeah, but it did make sense, and their AI view is similar to mine. Yeah, I want to see them. I could make a lot of money on it, but it depends on the condition and what I got to pay on them.
So it is interesting. Again, I wanted to give that a try. And then down below, I said, that was what AI said. My opinion, it's tough is what's he going to sell them for?
Right.
Is what it comes down to.
Yeah. And if you sell them raw, I don't care how nice they are, they're going to be slow moving. Because even if someone wants an Eddie Matthews cover and it's in great shape, is it $25 maybe, and it's not going to fly off the shelf.
Right. So yeah, we did a little experiment right there again with AI, and it seemed to be spot on and seemed to have a correct answer on it.
Yeah.
Now it's one of those deals that it didn't help Mr. Magazine, and it didn't help me because both of us already know that kind of thing, and certainly that is what we do. If you can buy a collection of 500 items and you assess what the top 10 items are, and you're able to, you feel you're going to be able to sell those fairly quickly, you make the offer based on the top 10 items.
Right.
If the top 10 items are $100 a piece, all right, there's my $1,000 offer.
Right.
So I'm offering you $2 a piece
Yeah.
because I'm going to get my money back out of the top 10. I'm going to make good money because I have 490 more magazines to sell.
Right.
But they're going to sell at $10 each, $15 each over a long period of time. So you get your money back out, and then you sit on the slow stuff.
Well, and the research is going to take him longer because if you just type in sport magazine, 10 million sport magazines with the title sports going to come up. So you got to be
Sports
specific.
Illustrated, including Inside Sports, yeah.
You got to do 1953 sport, Mickey Mantle,
February
June, whatever.
53,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's going to take him some time, and I'm sure he's going to want a lot more. But again, I still think I would pay more than anybody.
Right. Well, that's the flip side of that is he's got an option of bringing it to the local card show,
Okay, right.
which is a lot of dealers.
Yeah.
But are any of them, 2/3 of those? Well,
If you got Mickey Mantle for $20, you're going to sell that. Babe Ruth.
well,
for
no.
$20.
I'm not saying he's setting up and selling. He's
No.
bringing it around to the dealers.
Yeah.
There's 40 dealers there. 15 of them are Pokemon. They want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
10 of them are modern cards. They want nothing to do with it. 10 of them are old cards that just deal in cards and want nothing to do with it. So he's got 5 people there that would be interested.
But I would say out of those 5, not knowing them, I would say 0 of them would consider grading them because of the cost of the grading. Like I said, if say I want to grade the top 50 valuable ones, you're looking at $2,500. So not only do you need $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to buy it, you need a couple thousand to grade them. And anyone that's going to buy them raw, I can't see them hanging with my price then.
No, right. But that's where you need to have a price in there or a rough price in there and say, hey, if this is my offer, this is my offer on the collection as a whole.
Yeah.
No one can cherry pick it. Shop it around.
Right.
But, say your offer is $2,500. You're using a number out there.
Right.
There is nobody at that card show that's going to offer more than $2,500. There's just not.
Because
It's not gonna happen.
even if they wanted to do that, to get their money back would be very hard because you're not going to sell 90% of them,
Yeah,
anytime soon. Unless you put them out for $2, $3, and you're losing money
You're
paying
losing money,
$5
yeah.
a piece.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
So, yeah, but again, I'm not going to make an offer. I'm going to see if I can feel him out because sometimes it's a tough. If I can't, read his mind, I think he thinks he's at a gold mine or he hasn't researched it properly. Then I'll say, what do you think it's worth? You research it. What do you come up with? If he says $48,000, I go, well, you're pricing out graded or high end ones, whatever.
Right.
And then I wouldn't even make an offer. Then I would say you'd have to go double check. And this has happened before. I'm like, you need to grade it as a raw magazine, not as $1,000 CGC 7.5 Mickey Mantle. So, and then we'll go from there. And if I'm forced to make an offer, I'll make as best as one I think I can that no one can compete with, and he dies with it or he sells them to me.
Right. Yep. So AI again wasn't wrong, but it didn't have all of the nuance, which you can't expect it to.
Yeah. Better than nothing, though. It was kind of
It wasn't off. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It didn't give any terrible advice.
I mean, if you went outside and got hit by a bus and died tomorrow, that would be my next best option for information.
There you go. Have AI hosting the show with you?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. If you can hit the like button, would appreciate it. We'll see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.